Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and I'm here to talk about violent video games because somebody made a good point yesterday in my I Love Mortal Kombat video, and they said, I do like hi every time I record in standard definition. Weird. They said that, oh, you played violent video games when you were a kid and you're not out there shooting people or blowing stuff up. No, I haven't so much as raised my hand to a woman in my life. And as far as fights go, I'm not physically imposing, so no, there haven't really been any fights unless I was defending myself or, an adolescent squabble that uses nothing more than hands and feet. No, man, I strongly don't believe that video games make people violent. I do not. And the thing that I think video games can do is give ideas to impressionable people. However, that's any form of media. Hands down, nothing beats Saw. I mean, you could get a good thing and a bad thing out of it. Someone could be a serial killer, but they could be an engineering genius. No, I mean, I feel like that video games are the scapegoat. They're the easiest because they're the most popular form of entertainment at the moment. And while that's flattering, it's also a double-edged sword because parents don't want to blame themselves. I understand. However, I'm going to take a stance right here and say that if my kid does something wrong in the future, if he goes out and he hits somebody, it's not because I let him play a violent video game, which I won't anyways because I know better. It's going to be because I did not teach him that he shouldn't be doing that. And that's on me as a parent. If my kid does get a violent video game, like I said, most kids back in the day when they wanted to play Mortal Kombat, if they were too young and their parents wouldn't give it to them, you borrowed it from a friend, If that's the case, and my kid's like, I'm going to go out and kill people. No, because I'm going to teach him at an early age that it's wrong to kill people. It's not right to do so. And if something like that ever happens, God forbid, in my situation, I'm 100% at fault. Just like any parent, like maybe a 12-year-old who got his halo taken away and didn't know how to handle his emotions, so killed both of his parents. I'm sorry. You were shitty parents. That's just the way it is. Not that because you took the halo away. I realize that's the way I just made that sound. Not because you took halo away, but the fact that you didn't teach your kid properly how to handle his emotions. You didn't teach him what was right and wrong. You didn't teach him the difference between reality and a fantasy. And you didn't teach him how to be a proper member of society. Teach your kids how to be fucking decent human beings. Violence doesn't stem from playing a violent game, watching a violent movie, reading a violent book, because kids do read Hunger Games nowadays, by the way. But I'll tell you, it probably doesn't help when you let Call of Duty babysit your 8-year-old kid. And yes, parents go out and they buy their kids Call of Duty. The fact that that's all they're doing is playing, they shouldn't even have an Xbox Live account. You'd be fucking 13 anyways. I digress. I am a really prime example for this type of situation, but they never sampled me when they're doing these type of surveys. No, why would they do that? Because I was adopted when I was 8. I saw a lot of abuse through my childhood. Granted, my foster parents were great. I still remember pretty much everything that happened to me up to when I started forming memories in my brain. And I played a lot of violent video games when I was a kid. I have never hit a woman. I have never really hit a man with anything other than my hands before I was even 18. I don't think I've ever really threatened to kill anybody. Like, I've never threatened anybody with a weapon. And pretty much my rants is as loud as I get. I don't even get angry with people, which actually I guess might be a problem in its own. I don't know, but yeah. I'm sorry. Video games do not make people violent. I'm living proof by 2 perfect storms that should make a violent person. Childhood abuse, I'm sorry, that's 3. Being adopted, not knowing who your parents are. I do know my mom is, she's a bitch. But I don't know my dad. I played loads of Mortal Kombat. That's my favorite fighting game series. I played lots of shooters. Still don't get the urge to kill anybody. Ever. Ever. And I really want to know why they don't sample people like me when they're doing these violent video game studies. I really think they just go out and they find like the craziest looking person they can find. They're like, hey, you play video games? And the guy's like, yeah, fucking bubblegum for squirrels. And then they're like, perfect, we're going to take this guy, But I don't know. It's fucking stupid. And this whole psychology bullshit just retarded. I said retarded, I can't say that. If you're a shitty parent, you got offended by this video. That's that. Because you know you're wrong. like when I went to GameStop one day and a mother was buying her kid Grand Theft Auto 4, and the GameStop employee actually pleaded with the mother, being like, "This is not appropriate for your kid." And this kid was like under 10, clearly had to be under 10. And the guy was saying it like, "You really should be buying it for this kid, but you know he's not gonna stop the sale." And I told the lady right as she was walking out with the game, I was like, "This is why games are gonna be ruined for me, because you're a bad parent." Boom, that was it. Off. Like I don't understand people, man. Take care of your kids. And if something bad happens in that situation, that's your fucking fault, because you're shitty parents. Thanks for watching.